Turning back now to the big story of the day. 3 people, including the gunman, are dead after a shooting rampage on a packed street in downtown Toronto. For more on this deadly shooting, we're joined by Global Toronto's Kamil Karamali. Kamil, how did everything unfold?
Jordan, 14 people suffered gunshot wounds when a gunman went on a shooting spree last night in Toronto, in the Danforth area at around 10 last night, seemingly zigzagging and shooting people at random. Now, as you mentioned, 3 people are dead. The suspect himself is a male, 29 years old, and we know 2 victims out of the 14 shot were killed. One on scene. Police described her as just a young girl, not identifying her as of yet. And this morning, we have learned a second victim has died in hospital. Now, last night, police said that one of the most seriously injured was a little girl, a 9-year-old girl who went to hospital in critical condition. SIU, the Special Investigations Unit, has not confirmed whether that little girl is the second person who is now deceased in hospital. Meanwhile, just to set the scene for you here in Toronto a little bit, there have been a slew of homicide shootings here in Toronto, more than we've seen in past years, and that has everybody up in arms here, including the mayor. He spoke at council today, sending his condolences to the victims.
In times of such horror, it is good to know that Toronto is not alone, and Toronto will never be alone, and most important of all, that the people of Toronto will never be alone. While our city will always be resilient in the face of such attacks, it does not mean such a terrible act committed against our residents is any less painful.
Kamil, such a busy part of the city at any time of the day. How are people there on the Danforth dealing with the aftermath?
Well, Jordan, I just want to show you the scene behind me here. It is eerily quiet for an area that is usually busy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can see several vehicles parked here. Many people have come right up to the tape here to try to gain access to their vehicles again, to gain access to their businesses, but they've been turned away, saying that there's no idea as of yet when this street will be reopened. Lots of pubs, restaurants, and bars here. And Jordan, when it comes to the motive in all of this, police say right now they have not been able to determine one. They're going to do the investigation, and right now they're not closing any doors. Everything is still up in the air. A reporter even asked, could we consider this terrorism? And they're not ruling that out just as of yet, Jordan.
All right, still so many questions. Kamil